All right, we are live, folks. Welcome, welcome. So, as everyone from the waiting room joins us, I always like to know where everybody is joining in from. So, good morning, good afternoon. In the comment section, please let me know where you're calling in from, what area you're representing here, folks. It's good to do this again. I'm excited. Again, in the chat window, tell me where you guys are all calling in from. I got a really good, exciting webinar today, something that I believe you guys are going to all really enjoy. And I have someone that on the call that's going to give us some really actionable tips here on what we're going to talk about. All right, Louisiana, what's going on? We got some Florida, Atlanta. All right, Texas. Hey, I'm going to be in Texas in 30 days, folks. Hopefully we can connect. We're going to be doing a workshop over in Texas. Anybody in the LA area? All right, we got San Francisco, Bay Area, right on. I'm local here, by the way, folks. I'm in San Jose, California. All right, Pennsylvania, beautiful. Folks, we got a lot of people on this call today. I'm excited. We'll get started. I do want to ask this question, though. Before we get started, folks, put it in the chat window, folks. And again, one thing I've learned is I notice people who participate in the chat window seems to be a lot luckier in life. So, folks, please get that luck. So the question I want to ask everyone is this. How many have you, and put a 1 if this is you, how many of us have generated seller leads before where when they call them, they realize they're either not ready, they don't know why you called them, or they already have chosen an agent or speaking with multiple agents? Have anyone experienced that before, getting a seller lead and doing that only to find out they're not ready, they're already speaking to another agent, they already made a decision, or worse, they don't even know why you're calling them? Put a 1 out there, folks. Yeah, there we go. I'm seeing a bunch of 1s. Yes. I'm seeing a bunch of 1s. It's horrible. Here's the thing, folks. Here's the thing. Most of these seller funnels capture information after the trust is already broken. That's why everybody is experiencing this right now. We know everybody wants seller leads, but most don't convert. You get the names, you get the emails, get the number, but by the time you call them, they've already are speaking with somebody, they're not ready, and you wasted your time. By the way, folks, my name is Michael Lamb, founder of Kaydoh, and this is the exact problem we've been solving. And here's why. Most of these home value funnels look like this. You have a page that is very standard. You put in an address, and the homeowner thinks that by putting in the address, they're going to get a value. But instead, they get force-fed a form with a bunch of questions. So they end up disappointed, and they end up leaving and going to your competitor, or worse, they go to some of the biggest search engines out there that does not collect information immediately. This is why, at the end of the day, agents that use these "what is my home worth" funnels, they end up failing. So instead of you winning, you're chasing. So here's the shift, folks. What if you can see the seller activity before it ever becomes a lead? You're not chasing names, you're not chasing emails, but knowing which homes are actually thinking about selling, because the address is the signal. And it's a lot more powerful than a cold lead. So we built something different, folks. We're calling it the Home Value Experience, in short, HVE. It's a system that is in under 1 click, you can go live to market. It's branded to you, and most importantly, it captures the one thing that matters most: seller signals. Agents using this across postcards, email, social media, they're generating 3 times more seller signals before they ever become a lead. And the best part, this goes live in 1 click. So let me show you a live demonstration how this works. Let me make this a little bit smaller here. And just jump over here. So immediately what I'm sharing right here is the new home value funnel experience. Immediately you're going to see something different. Now let me ask this. When everyone just saw this page, tell me where your eyes went. Put a 1 if you saw the video first. Your eyes was drawn towards that. Put a 2 if you saw the title. Put a 3 if you're looking at the address bar. Tell me, where did your eyes land when you saw this page immediately? Right? Because this is what a homeowner is going to see. When they see one of your pages just like this, naturally, they're going to go see between the video or what is my home worth page. Everybody has seen this before. What is my home worth? Right? Every consumer. What consumers have not seen and are not used to seeing is your video, a video from you, branded to you, a video of you explaining that this is just a quick way to get an estimated value, no form, no spam. So I'm going to go through and just play this video, but keep in mind, this is a page that is a fully built out funnel and is branded to you. So this is something that you'll be able to replace this AI generated video with your own personal video. Let me go through the whole process so you can see what it sounds like. Did anyone hear that? Put a yes. I didn't confirm you can hear the audio. Can't hear audio. Let me make sure. Let's see no audio. Okay. Let me see if I can stop sharing my screen and let me reshare it again. That's why I got to turn on audio. Okay. Let's try that again. Oh, little technical difficulties. Entire screen. Yes. Audio. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna play it again one more time.
Enter your address below and tap Get Estimate for an instant value. No sign up, no spam. Just a quick estimate.
An introduction video, and this is something that you're going to be able to have your own video here. So let's plug in an address that we can just use as an example, folks. I'm going to pull one up right here that we can just use. So let's say I put in, I'm going to just look up a random address here. Is perfect. I'm going to put this address right in here. Just putting in so once you put in any address and select this, what's going to happen is that it's going to run an estimated value and it's going to take you to the next page in the funnel. And what the next page in the funnel is, immediately what you'll see is that, again, you're going to see another video. You see the estimated value, and I'm going to pause here, folks. Tell me, where did your eyes land when you saw this page? Put a 1 if you saw the video. Put a 2, you saw the value. Put a 3 if you saw this button. I'm curious. Put in the chat window, where did your eyes land? 1 in the video, 2 in the estimated value, or 3 the button? The money. There we go. Right? Immediately, you're going to see the value. Absolutely. This is what they expect. The homeowner expects to see the value. But here's the thing. They can't ignore the video in front of them. The video is designed for you to interpret and let them know this is just an estimated value. A lot of these online systems can be inaccurate, and they need you to be the person that gives them that accurate report. And that is by intention, by design. But you're going to be able to build that trust because the first video naturally does that. The second page here is the second video that helps explain this is just an estimate. So let me go ahead and play this video so that everyone can hear what this video says, and imagine yourself, it's your video, you speaking to the homeowner.
Congratulations. You did it. Your estimated home value is right here. If you'd like a quick breakdown of what's driving this number, like recent nearby sales and local activity, just fill out the form below. You can also click Call Me, and I'll be happy to help.
So right there, folks, what you're just experiencing, the homeowner went through this process, which is pretty smooth in the sense that there's no friction. Put in the address. They see your brand, they build trust, and it's tied to you, your system, tied to your network. This is your traffic right now. Now, before I even move forward, I want to shift gears now because I was operating as the homeowner, going through the process of getting what is my home worth. Okay. As a realtor, what does the realtor see at this moment, right? At this moment. So, uh, this page did not collect name and phone number, right? We need lead gen at this moment. However, in Kaydoh, if I go to Kaydoh, I can see under my funnels all the address that are being entered in. And I'm going to be able to see the address being filled out here. So as the address comes through, you can see how many homes are being checked. You can go into and see exactly what they're seeing. So you're going to be able to collect this data ahead of time before they even have to fill out any information. You're going to know somebody ran an estimated value on this property. They saw this 14 hours ago, and you can actually dive in and see exactly what they're seeing. So that's a great thing about this is that you can see this, and because you're seeing what they're seeing, you actually know their address. And knowing that address, what can you do with their address, right? You didn't get their name or phone number, but you know that they ran an estimated value. And one of the things is in our system is that we'll be able to tell you and give you the analytics and tell you what you should be doing. And if this page, for example, I'm going to use this as an example here. I'm just going to trigger a few visits here. I'm going to just trigger another visit here. If I go back to this page here on the back end as a realtor, I'm going to see right away that there's 3 visits. This person visited 3 times. Even though this person has never given me their information, I can actually mail something back to that person, knowing that they visited 3 times. They've seen their estimated value 3 times. I can actually personalize this. I can even grab a QR code. I can mail this out to them. I can door knock. There's various different opportunities, but having the address is very powerful. Now, let me go and view this page as the homeowner. Okay, let's just say I'm going through this process here. Oh, did I close it? Okay, I didn't close everything. Now, let's say I want to move forward. I'm going to go ahead and just fill in my information, right? As a homeowner, I want to move forward. Okay, again, keep in mind, shifting gears, at this moment, the realtor does not see anything, right? Now, what I can do is I can fill this question out. This questionnaire is fully customizable. However, we designed the questions to be very minimal with the highest impact. So what I mean by that is this: name. Let's say my name is Joey Johnson. I'll put in my email. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, you know what? And based on this question, what would you like to happen next? Review my home value with a local expert, or send me a full accurate home analysis, or just show me the live housing data. If I decide to fill out this information and submit this data, what's going to happen is that this information will get collected. It will be sent to the realtor as a text message, as an email. It will be stored in the system. As a homeowner who filled out that information, they will actually get the live housing snapshot down to the zip code level. This is powered by Altos Research, and this is a live snapshot. It's interactive, which also means the homeowner can bookmark this link and come back to it multiple times. And whenever they come back, they're going to see your video and they'll see this value always updated. Updates every Monday. Every month, not every Monday. Every month this gets updated. So if your homeowner decides to bookmark this, they can see this live snapshot every single time. On shifting gears to the Kaydoh end, if I reload this page, I'm going to see that immediately I got a lead captured here, and I can view the data and I can see exactly what this person has done and what they want me to do. And I can, at this point, personalize and send them a page. I'm going to pause here, folks. That was a lot talking here. What does the group think here? Is this something we can take advantage of? Please, the second part of this piece here is I want to show you how this can be built in your system with a click of a button. I talked about the end result, what the whole process looks like from end to end as a consumer, but now I want to show you how this looks like, how to actually build one of these out, right? How to build one of these out. Fatima, 100%. You love that. Yes. Thank you for chatting, folks. Again, as a speaker, I can't see your beautiful faces. So the best way to interact is through the chat window. It gives me good feedback, whether it's working or not. Please, you don't have to say all the positive things, but I'm hearing tons of positive feedback right now. Yes, it is being recorded. And if we can drop that link, everyone, if you want the recording, please fill out that the form to get the recording. Amy or Tyne, if you can, just drop that link there so that everyone can at least have the link readily available so that they can go ahead and share it. They can link it. All right. Okay, so now we talked about, and again, that form just lets us know you want the replay. So as soon as it's available, I'm going to give you not only the replay, folks, but I'm going to also give you, this right here. I'm going to give you all these different things we're going to talk about today, which is the live example. Shortly, I'm going to introduce Garry. In a few more minutes, you're going to love what I have to share with Garry. He is an existing customer and part of EXP and got our results already, folks. And we're going to dig into how he did it. But again, fill out the form if you want access to all of this great stuff here, as well as the recording. Okay, now, let me shift gears here, folks. Let me shift here, girls. Now, if I go back to Kaydoh, as a realtor, how do you build out one of this funnel? This is probably my favorite part because everything is pre-built for you when you're in our system. So in other words, when you are in our system, all you need to do is create a brand new page, and we have something called easy mode. Easy mode. I know realtors love the easy mode. So in easy mode, you have access to all of our available 40 plus templates that you can go to market with. I'm not going to go over every single one of them today. We're just going to focus on the single one that says, what is my home worth page? That is the one we want to focus on. Keep in mind, every one of these templates already have tutorials step-by-step with video. But with the what is my home worth page, I'm going to hit create. And when I hit create, I'm immediately put in a section where there's really only two things I need to do for this page. Everything is preloaded. I suggest you would leave everything alone. The only thing you would want to ask yourself is this: do you want to replace the AI generated video with your own video? If you don't want to be on camera, you don't want to be in front of the audience or your homeowners, you can leave the AI generated video or use it as an example initially. But if you want to put your own video in, there's a couple of different options. One, you can record a video here directly from your browser. You don't need any software at all. As long as you have a webcam, you can record as is, and it goes right into the page. And this section here is really the introduction page. It's where you're explaining to the homeowner, put in your address, no spam, no form, will give you an instant estimate. Okay? If you have a video that you've nicely produced with nice background and you want to upload it, you can do that here with the upload function. And if you already have a video that exists somewhere online, like on YouTube, then you just paste in the YouTube link right here. That's all you need to do, and hit add. So far, folks, is that clear? Put a 1, folks, if that's clear. Put a 2 if you want me to re-explain that in the chat window. Question: can this be an AI video? Absolutely. There's a system out there called HeyGen. We'll drop that link in the follow-up today so that you can use that. You can basically upload your video or your picture, and it can actually replicate you. You put in the script, which, by the way, we are including the script to say, the exact script to say in the video, and you can put that in HeyGen, a system that will create an AI video of you. It looks just like you. It's pretty remarkable. So let me restart this again. We get a few 2s here. So in the first, what we're doing here, what we're editing here, folks, just to be clear, that's really this page right here, folks. Okay, the landing page. This is where you're driving people to. How do you get people here? It could be on a postcard. It could be on your email signature. You can share it on social media. But when people come into this system, this is the video they see. The video is an introduction. It's meant for the homeowner to understand it's just a way to get an estimated value, and they can be confident they're not going to get spammed or get a form, right? It's going to behave like a lot of these big search engines that do that. So that is the goal of this video. You record here, or you have a video on your computer you can upload, or you can drop a YouTube link or a Vimeo link here. Okay, I hope that makes sense, folks. I think it's called HeyGen AI time. Just make sure that's the right link. And Amy, if you can drop that link in, that'll be good. Okay, folks. And again, that link, we'll put it in the follow-up. Okay, step 1, that's the introduction video. Step 2, this is where after a homeowner has put in an address, it takes them to the second page. The goal of this video here is for you to explain to the homeowner, this is just an online estimate. You haven't seen the upgrades, the conditions of their home. So if you want more information, you can fill out the questionnaire below, and you'll be able to contact them. That's really what the goal of this video is, to let them know it's just an estimate, but if they want something more accurate, they have to reach out to you. Same process. You can record a video here directly on your browser. You can upload a video, or you can link in a video. So this page here is this page. It's after they've seen the estimate, that's the explainer video, right? That's the explainer video. And we're getting some questions here, folks, about, well, where is this data coming from? So we use a national data provider called House Canary. They are used by lenders and appraisers as a reference point. You can certainly look them up. They do a really good job of giving estimated value, but we are not teaching agents on our system to tell people it's 100% accurate. There is no online system out there that is accurate. This is why a realtor is always going to be part of the conversation. And that is the core messaging that this video needs to convey, is that if you want something accurate, please reach out to me. I can give you something more accurate. If that makes sense, folks. Okay, so we talked about the 2 things you need to do on this page setting up this funnel. Step 1, you record a video, or you leave the video alone and use it as is. This is the introduction video. It's to let the homeowner know it's just an put in your address and you get an instant estimate, no form, no spam. Once they put in that address, it goes to page 2. Page 2 is where you put in your second video, which is to explain to them it's just an estimate. If you want something more accurate, please reach out to me. That is the 2 things you need to do for this page. Everything else, you leave it alone. It's already pre-built for you. Hit finish, and it builds the entire seller funnel for you. That's how easy it is to do, folks. You just have to either decide to make a video, and if you do, you make it in the first page, second page, you are done. You are done. So now you can preview this, take a look at what it looks like, and right there, there's the address. And it's branded to you. So I'm gonna pause here, folks. How are we doing? Was that clear on how I built this? And again, this is being recorded, and if I want to share this out, how do I get people into the system? Very easily, folks. All I need to do is hit share, hit social media. It can go out on social media. I can copy this link. I can email it, blast it out. I can grab the QR code from here, put it on a postcard, mail it out, and you'll get results coming in. And keep in mind, when you do put in an address, so the minute you put in any address, I'll use this address for example. The minute an address is entered in the value system, Kaydoh is already capturing that information in your funnel. So if you move to your funnels, you're going to see right away a brand new address that was just entered in a few seconds ago. It's anonymous because they didn't fill out anything. But once they do fill the information out, you'll be able to view the lead. Regardless, you got the address, which is more than enough to get started on nurturing this homeowner who's showing an interest. Beautiful. Woo, that was a lot, folks. Now, the second half is more fun now because now we're going to bring on somebody. Let me pull this up here. Where is this? Oh, did we lose? We did lose this. Let me just put this back down here. All right, so let me introduce someone that is an existing customer. His name is Garry Eberhardt. He is a top producing agent in the coastal market in Oxnard, California. He is already integrating this into his marketing strategy to identify seller activity earlier before a traditional lead even happens. So quick background on Garry before I bring him on board here. He's been in real estate a little over 12 years. His team holds roughly over 30% market share in his marina market, which is massive. He's been a Kaydoh user for over a year, and he's applying this seller funnel directly into his marketing strategy. And now he's applying it everywhere in his business. So when you're hearing this from Garry, it's coming from someone that gets real production and has real experience. What's interesting is the market that he focuses on is that he focuses in the Oxnard market, beaches, harbor, marina communities in Southern California. He's heavy on second home and luxury coastal markets. A big part of his business, though, is downsizers in the older demographic, which means relationships, communication, and trust matter more than cold lead tactics. And his focus is seller representation, which is exactly why this funnel we just talked about is so relevant to what he's building. So with that said, please let me bring on Garry.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Mike, thanks for the introduction. Glad I didn't wear that same shirt today. I thought about it. I was looking at my choices today. Yeah, so I just joined Fast Forward Movement. I've been at EXP a total about a week and a half now. So I've been in real estate for about 12 years, and I'm stoked to be part of EXP. Been a Kaydoh user for just over a year, like you said. And yeah, I mean, you gave me a great introduction, so let's kind of jump right into it. So we do focus mostly on a second home community. I call it, like, I have a little snow globe here, like 2,500 homes. I could ride my bike to all my listings. I try and be as hyper local as possible. I can get into all my tech stack, but I don't think we have enough time to go over all that. But Mike will drop my link. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer, like what I'm using, how I'm using it. I'm an open book. I don't ever gatekeep stuff. So feel free to reach out to me. I think that's a cool thing about EXP. We're all kind of a family here. So there are things that I'm going to tell you about that are more expensive, like print mail, because second home luxury, you do have to do a lot of print. You cannot do EDDM. You're pretty much going directly, so that's a little more of a cost. But the conversion rate with an older demographic, print still works for us. But we are been dabbing a lot more into newsletters. I use MailChimp, and we are getting more into the whole using the home valuation tool and all my newsletters, widgets, building those out, and getting a lot of success for that. I think we were talking before the call, Mike, that just got assigned a listing from this yesterday. So
that's phenomenal. So before we get all tactical on that one, because that's something I definitely want to uncover how you got that listing. Let me ask you this though, Garry. Like when you saw this home value funnel that we just rolled out initially, because you got early access to it, what initially stood out to you when we rolled that out?
I mean, what stood out to me was that it was me. It's not a template. Most of these, you see the home valuation tools, you're paying a company, they're running Facebook ads for you. It's all part of a package. Here, I don't have to run ads. Like I'm not running ads on this yet. This is all organic, and I've gotten a lot of good leads from it. And I don't feel like I have to run ads. It's me. It's my videos, my picture, my YouTube channel, all my Kaydoh assets are attached to this. So it stood out to me was the fact that it was my brand, and that was important to me.
That's beautiful. And I know, I'm pulling up one of your What Is My Home Worth pages here, and I can see it's branded to you. It has that turquoise color, has your reviews, your branding. So I really enjoy this. Even your testimonials are showing down below. If you don't mind, what we did is we basically replicated your page. So this is not going to mess your analytics up. But can we play the video so that the audience here can see what you said? Because I don't think it's exactly what we have said in our AI video. I'm curious to see what you've said to get people to put in an address. Is that right? All right, let's do that.
Hey, I'm Gary, your local real estate expert here in Oxnard. And if you've been wondering what your home is really worth in today's market, things are shifting fast and your value might surprise you. So here's how to find out. Just enter your address below, then tap Get My Home Value. There's no sign up, no spam, and absolutely no obligation. You might be sitting on more equity than you think.
That's awesome. That's very clean the way you did that, Gary. And folks, you guys liking that video? Put a 1 out there. Put a 1 out there, folks, if you're liking this video. Beautiful. I'm seeing a bunch of 1s now. So this makes it very easy for them to put in an address. And if I were to put in an address here, is there one I can just play around with and put one in here? Let's see if I could put in.
Oh, my addresses, or
let's see here. I'm gonna put anyway a bunch of 1s here. Beautiful. So so when someone puts in an address, and I'm just gonna put one in right now, just for now, because I want people to see what the second video is. Is that right? So I'm just gonna go through the process. Okay, I put them in address, and by now just note that address is not a real lead if you see that in your system. We're just testing this out, but here it is. Here's the second page, and here's the second video Gary is putting in. Again, Gary doesn't know me. I haven't filled out my form yet, but if I want to hear what he has to say about this value, let me play that. Congratulations, you did it. Your home estimated value is right below. Now you might be wondering what actually drives that number. Is it recent sales, pending listings, or where interest rates are heading next? So if you're curious about the full story, just fill out the form below. I'll send you a detailed, no obligation CMA that breaks down the market and shows you exactly what's happening around your home. Here's the thing. Zillow and Redfin don't live here. They don't walk your street, and they definitely don't know the home the way you do. Online estimates usually miss the upgrades, the view, the lot orientation, even something like the size of your boat dock. And those details can make a big difference. So if you really want to know what your property is worth in today's market, fill out the form below or click Call Me, and I'll be happy to help. That was phenomenal. Clean, explains it well. Folks, put a 10 out there. Put a 10 if you like what Gary just did there, because he explained it perfectly. Again, no online system's going to know the neighborhood data like the local expert realtor, which is Gary. This is why Gary owns more than 30% market share. And with this new tool that he's adopting, he's going to take even more market share, folks. Okay, look at that. We got a lot of people giving you 10s. Gary, kudos on that.
Really, it's not that hard to do for you.
All right, so if I go back here, just talk about how you're kind of walk me through now how going from that main launching it, right? Because you building it out, I just showed that earlier. It's very straightforward to building it out. But the second part is, well, how do you get people to this page? So kind of walk me through, and I'll navigate around the system if you can show me.
Sure. So first thing I do is, I use Real Marketing. They are a affiliate with EXP. I think they're a provider. I think we have to get a deal with them. But they go about to 2,200 homes in my neighborhood, and that's kind of what the farm is. So this video goes out to my Real Marketing pieces. So when they get that brochure, that these QR codes are pasted on there. What I've been doing, because it's so easy to template these videos and template these pages, I've been breaking them down to more of at a subdivision level. So instead of like, hey, here's the whole beach and harbor, now it's like, hey, here's Hollywood Beach, here's Silver Strand Beach. So there's a lot more localization. I'm taking pictures of the actual beach. I'm using that for the background. I'm making them as hyper local as possible, and I'm creating other just print mail pieces for that.
Okay, so I'm pause there for a second. So I'm actually in your account now, Gary, if that's all right. So I'm looking at some of the real analytics here, and you're getting quite a lot of traction here in terms of people going onto your pages, the What is My Home Worth page. And so what you said there is, are you saying to me that you made one page and you duplicated this multiple times for different communities? So essentially you're having multiple What is My Home Worth page, but then you're changing out the verbiage so it's a bit more localized. Is that what you're doing?
100%, exactly. And
wow.
Even the tiles I'm using in the Kaydoh pages when I build this, I'm just change the thumbnail so it looks a lot more hyper local. And I'm actually using this to get out of my beach area and to get into different areas. It's such an affordable, easy way to do it. And then you just call the title company, you get a list of emails and phone numbers for the area you want to get into, and you start running these through email, through text messages, wherever you want to do. It's a great way to get to other farms that you're not currently working at an affordable way.
That's incredible, Gary. And you mentioned earlier in the call that you got a listing signed already using
Yes.
the system. So walk me through that, because that's new information for me. You literally dropped that bomb on me right before we started. So you getting a listing so early on, kind of walk me through the process if you can. Like, what, how did it all transpire? Like, going from what?
So I think they came originally. I think they're subscribed to my newsletter, because I do a newsletter. I think you have a copy of it.
Yeah, let's pull that one up. This one, is this your newsletter?
That's a single property page, I think.
Okay, let me go back down.
I use MailChimp for all this stuff. I mean, there's probably better options out there that are more affordable. This is my newsletter. I keep it hyper local. It's not a whole lot of stuff about real estate until you get to the bottom. It's a lot of YouTube, local businesses, boater safety tips, things like that, restaurant openings. But then we start getting into, these are all Kaydoh pages built. So like, view all my active listings. That's an active listing Kaydoh page. Seller tips about selling your home, getting ready to go. What's happening in Oxnard? There's a calendar link to visit Oxnard. And then below that, I believe, is like, what's my home worth? A market snapshot. There's a market snapshot that you went over, the 930. That's the Kaydoh page. What's my home worth? That's my funnel right there. So someone that goes out to about 9,000 people, you can just buy emails and throw this out there. And since it's MailChimp, I can template that, and I could make that newsletter more localized for a different neighborhood too, and just swap out the video to the video I created.
Beautiful. So that person saw what you, so kind of recap here and slow it down a bit here for folks. So you have a newsletter that's sent out to, you said, thousands of people.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you can get emails from your title companies that can help you send out these emails out. So folks, if you're not working with a good title company, please make sure your title rep is helping you out. They are great partners for you. And shout out to your title company. Who is it that helped you out?
Oh yeah, 805 Title, Sergio. He's the one that got me to use Kaydoh. So it's, yeah.
So shout out to 805 Title, Sergio, for introducing Kaydoh to Gary and helping him put this together here in terms of the outreach. So when people land here, and then if I could go back on the back end, how do we track this person? So it went in, they put in an address. Is that right?
Yeah, they put an address. So
so we go to the funnels. Yeah. That's where the address is going to be.
Don't, and by the way, this is leads, guys. Don't be taking all my leads. No, I was kidding.
I was going to say, this is a snapshot. So we're just going to quickly go to one of his pages. But you're going to see already, this is the one he signed the listing. Is that right, Gary?
Correct. Yeah, Seabridge.
So it's that deal. He signed the listing already, but you can see they came in and they put in an address to get their estimated value. They visited 3 days ago. So this
my real marketing piece went out. I think it was either through Real Marketing or the new, because I went and looked in through Follow Boss to see if I had their contact information there before. They weren't in there, so I figured they came in through the newsletter, or also I put it in the print mail too. I mean, this QR code lives on my just listed, my just sold. I mean, everywhere you look at, there's a home valuation. This same video is everywhere.
Beautiful.
Not just one place.
Beautiful. And so you got this information, and then kind of what happened next?
So number one is I went to the MLS, make sure it wasn't already listed.
Okay.
I want to put all that effort into something that's already listed. And then I just went through my title company. I pulled up, I skip traced, I got their information, phone number, email. Phone number was right. I reached out. Actually, I think on this one here, they actually reached out to me personally, because I have a page that's like in Kaydoh, it's like, what are my off-market buyers looking for? So they actually reached out to me. But in the past, when I get these, I just get the information through the title company, through the emails.
Beautiful. And I see that you've already personalized this page to that homeowner.
Yeah. So if they click on it again, then it's more personalized to them instead of just a generic. And I haven't changed the video yet, but now that's a listing I closed in the past. So instead of the typical background picture, that's now their community. And I'm starting to really hyper ledger the name up top, instead of just what's your value. Now it's personalized to them. Just kind of slowly building. I don't get a ton of these every day, so I have time to spend 5 minutes and personalize it.
And then I want to pause there for a second, because Gary, you mentioned something very important. Getting majority of people are not they don't have a problem of generating too many seller leads. They don't have that problem, right? The problem is when they do get a lead, are they getting a high conversion rate? Because every lead should be a great opportunity for you to close. So if you're not getting a volume of leads and you get a handful, it does make sense to personalize it, to spend that little extra effort, because if they ever come back to this page again, they're going to see their name here. And if Garry, and he plans to putting a little video for Val, then now that conversation continues on. Now, Garry has already signed a listing for this scenario here, but speaking about if you didn't get the listing yet, he would continue on nurturing this home. He knows where this person lives, so he can keep, and Garry, I mean, if this person did not sign with you, walk me through what you would do.
I mean, I have other tools I use. I mean, cool thing about Kaydoh doesn't replace anything in my stack. It just enhances my tech stack. So I use Real Scout with Follow Boss. So I probably put them on a Real Scout home valuation, a market report, just so they're getting something else also from me. But I would customize the video and just hear in case they ever came back to it. But I mean, I'm throwing them into my CRM and I'm just working like I typically would, handwritten notes, cards, things like that.
And you mentioned that, I'm going to pause that one because I think that's important, because if you know where they live and you're seeing them come back to this multiple times, we give you the tools now first to personalize, which you did. And now, because you have the QR code, you can handwrite a note, send them the QR code, mail it to them so that when they do scan it, it goes to their private page with their name on it. So it's just continuing that conversation. That trust is highly built now. So if they haven't decided to work with you, it's very difficult for them to forget you at this point, because most realtors first don't have such capability. Most realtors will send a postcard, what is my home worth, and that's it, and really wait for you to call them. But what Garry's doing here is, yes, you may not be ready to sell now, but you're going to see my videos. You can see me in different channels. And when you're ready, it's just easier to work with someone like Garry, because that trust has already been built through video. So I think what you're doing here is pretty remarkable, Garry, putting this all together.
I mean, not to mention, like I said, I don't pay for leads, and I'm probably going to start paying for Zillow shortly. But the fact that you have a tracking pixel attached to this too for the QR codes, that you can retarget people, I think that's awesome also. So you're not, they're seeing my Facebook videos, my just listing videos, they're seeing all that stuff as well. So it's, Kaydoh's that's the cool thing about Kaydoh is it's always leveling up. There's always something new. I mean, this is a great tool, but this is only like a fraction of what Kaydoh really does, which is great. So yeah, I mean, it's very hands off. I mean, it seems like a lot at first, like to create some videos and create the templates, but once you start doing that, like they're there forever. Like you can easily template this and create something else and go after different market shares. So
let me go back. Thank you for sharing that, Garry. Let me go back. I know we still have a little more time. If I look at this newsletter, anything else you would want me to show the audience here?
I mean, you can click on like a listings, because if this one of the properties of the month, you can click there. There's all my active listings.
Oh, okay.
And then you can click on a listing, and then you can see kind of like, this, for example, like click on, I don't know, pick one, click on viewpoint right there. That one right there. So there's the property video. That's actually a longer one that I did for YouTube, but like, there you go. What's my home worth again? So it's like, it's already there again. So I put it everywhere.
You're bringing them. Yeah. So you're linking this across all your assets, everywhere you're putting it.
And you don't have to do it like multiple times. Like, it's already, the page lives in Kaydoh. So you just copy it, drag it over there. I'm not having to recreate anything.
Smooth. That's smooth. I like this. So you're putting all your listings individually in Kaydoh. You're repurposing them, putting them in your active and solds. One thing I like here too, I want to emphasize with the group here, folks, is that what Garry is doing is, he's spending all that time and money and effort to build out to have those photos. Now he's able to recycle them. They live inside the system that is owned by him, and he's able to reuse it in various different ways, not just a single property page, but he's used as part of his newsletters, used as a portfolio full of his listings, and it just grows over time. I really like this.
Yeah, QR codes and all my for sale signs that drive them to this page right here, and they're dynamic. So next time I get it, I can switch the listings on the back end of Kaydoh. QR codes and all my open house signs that drive into Kaydoh pages. Like I use Kaydoh for everything.
Wow. This is pretty great. I mean, this is phenomenal, not pretty great. It's amazing. Fully decked out. So we do have this as a sample. We'll share that so folks can just see what. Actually, Gary, I didn't even ask you. I want to make sure it's okay not to put you on the spot.
Yeah,
okay, because I think the audience would really appreciate seeing someone who's so established. This is what a lot of agents want to get to, right? If you're not doing more than if you're doing less than 15 deals a year, I mean, this is where you want to level up, right? You want to get to this point where you get that database of 2,000 emails, blast it out. But one thing is getting that information, having access to those audience. But if you can't get them to convert, it's almost wasteful. So you got to have a place to drive them to. The what is my home worth is the easiest template we have that can get you out the door within minutes once you're on our system. There's no content you have to produce. It's all built for you within the system. Now, questions, folks. I want to leave it up here. I'm going to put some questions out here because they're not running out of time here. Anybody has questions for Gary, please. He's an open book. Take advantage. Great question from Digmary. So asking, being a new realtor, what's your advice on how to get started? Especially if you're using Kaydoh for the first time, because we know we have over 40 templates. There's a lot that you can do in Kaydoh. What would you recommend?
I think there's a misbelief where people think that you have to start off as a buyer's agent. You have to kind of earn your stripes. I think Kaydoh gives you that cheat code to go to the final level, because you can fake it till you make it. In a way, you can create these templates so you look like the market expert there. If you're decent on camera, make a page, get some email addresses, and just start blasting them. Create I think a newsletter is one of the best things that you can create at a cost-efficient way. I would try and become a listing agent sooner. I think I tried to be a buyer's agent at first, and I wasted a lot of time and effort into it. So instead of trying to do everything, just kind of hone in on like one little neighborhood that you want to be at, and utilize Kaydoh to become that hyper local expert and your competition will never see it coming either. Like that's a cool thing. You can put all these videos on Loom. No one will ever see them on YouTube. I mean, you could be like a ninja, and all of a sudden you're getting these crazy listings.
I love that. I love that, Gary. And I've heard this before too. Is sometimes I remember there's one agent shared with me is that how he got into becoming a listing agent is he would do these open houses for other agents, and a lot of times people don't know that you are not the listing agent. And he would post them up, and eventually he became really the face of the community. So in other words, leveraging other people's listings who wants you to do the open house and taking advantage of those, in-person meetings.
Yeah.
So we got a question here. Is it being recorded? Yes, we're being recorded. Again, that link, if you can drop that link again, please fill out the form, answer the question. If you want the recording, if you want to get started, you can do that all in that form. Just fill it out, and we'll be able to reach out to you and get you squared away. Something to point out, folks, Kaydoh is not a public product. So in other words, if you want on Kaydoh.com, there is, you have to apply for access. We've closed it off. There's not even a wait list anymore, folks. So with our partnership with eXp, everyone is going to have access to Kaydoh. You just got to fill out the form, folks. Let's see what a question. Yeah, someone else is asking, what advice would you give to a brand new realtor? I think you just covered that, Gary. Focus on trying to get listings, be aggressive, work your community. Now, what's your thoughts on, what would be the first order of business? Would you try to grab an email list and start building something in Kaydoh with that? Or would you try to do like the traditional, let me do a few open houses, put my face in the community? Or would I spend money and do postcards?
I think if you have access to open houses in the area that you want to be in the area that you want to farm and eventually get listings at, and that's the best way. Like, open houses are the number one way to make money in the industry. And Kaydoh, one of the best things about Kaydoh is actually the open house conversions, because I get people to sign into like my listing pages. All I do is I create that into an open house. There's like a, hey, are you working with an agent? So as soon as you click on it, there's a questionnaire they fill out. Then they have access to all the community stuff. Like, here's HOA documents for the community. Here's the easement line. Here's an easement map. Here's all the stuff that you probably, the next agent you're going to see probably doesn't know about. So I would say create, try and get open houses in the area that you want to get listings at, and then and then start building your pages on that area. Start there. Like don't try and do like the whole entire county that you work. Like try and get like one subdivision or two subdivisions. And if you have an agent that that will give you open houses there, great. If not, another cool tool I use is Trust Scout. They're like an information database. Like you can kind of plug in, like you can do like a polygon around a neighborhood, and it pulls up all their email addresses and phone numbers, and you can just run email campaigns through there. So it's a good way to kind of build a database for your newsletter.
Oh, nice. Trust
Scout. Another thing too. I mean, it's not foolproof. I mean, you get a lot of open rates on there, but it may be like the sister of the owner or something like that. But it's a great start, and I do get a lot of leads from that, and I do sell homes from that. But yeah, I think I got off topic of your question there. But
and it's funny because
I'm like squirrel vanilla.
Kaydoh's like that, where it's a very simple system, yet it's such powerful. You can open up a Pandora box with the system. So I'm always conscious to not go too deep, and I know our customers like you, Garry, love it, and there's so much you can do, folks. Any more questions here? I know we got about a few more minutes left. Jennifer, go ahead and fill out the form and tally. Let us know. We'll get you through the door ASAP. So just fill out the form. Everyone in EXP has access to Kaydoh. You just got to fill out the form, please. A question here is, what social media are you using, Garry?
I mean, I think the one for me, the best is YouTube.
YouTube? Okay.
Because second home community, a lot of people want to know, like, hey, like, what's the best? What's this? What's that? What's this? And I can create more YouTube content through that. Plus, YouTube feeds my newsletter. So that's where I focus, and then I just use like Opus Clip. I'll break down a video to send it to
impressive
Instagram. And yeah, I mean, I just started Instagram. I use Instagram too most, but that's like your hey, good job from your title rep, kind of thumbs up. None of my friends are buying multi-million-dollar beach houses yet, unfortunately.
Right.
But YouTube for me is like the best social media for second homes.
And I love that, because what you're doing here is you're creating content that lives on basically forever, because it's residual, right? So you put in the time and effort to make that video, but in these view counts, they do go. They're not going to be millions of viewers, but there'll be hundreds, and then hundreds just turns into thousands. And this is just so again, sometimes people get caught up on, oh, I don't have enough views, but you only need one view, right? And that count, and that one view might be 1 month now or 3 months down the line, right?
Yeah, and a lot of stuff, like content I create, is boring content, but it's made specifically for a neighborhood page.
Yeah,
like, what is an easement? Like, it's this kind of like that kind of stuff. But I'm not to sell houses, not go viral. So I think that there's a fine line between I'm trying both.
Yeah, this is great. Good stuff, folks. Any other questions here? We had a lot of great feedback here, Garry. Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, folks, if you want to get in touch with Garry, he is an open book. Fill out that tally form, and we'll drop the link one more time. Fill out the form. We'll send you the recording. You will get access to Garry's examples. You can contact him. Obviously, Garry's a busy person, so if he doesn't respond back right away, just know that he's obviously working with his clients. But feel free to reach out to him if you have questions as you get started, and he's always willing to work with other EXP agents in this community. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
You betcha, Garry. Thank you so much.